After a thorough consultation with my client, that is when we decided that he will plead guilty in all counts, all 4 of them. So we have taken that decision after we have received the disclosure from the state. So he indicated that he does not want to waste the state's time by going for a very long trial. That is why now we decided to plead guilty.
When Amandla Samani went missing in October last year, the accused was said to be the last person to be seen with her. He initially denied this. The 6-year-old's family wants him jailed for a long time.
I think maybe if he can get maybe 10 life sentences, it will be much better. It will send a message actually to these guys who rapes and kills abantwana ukuthi you won't get away with it. So mina, I'm happy ukuthi we are coming to the end of this case.
Count 2, the murder of the minor child, you are sentenced to life imprisonment. On count 3, the rape of the minor child, you are sentenced to life imprisonment. On count 4, contravening the Immigration Act by remaining unlawfully in the Republic of South Africa, you are sentenced to 2 years imprisonment.
Good morning, viewers. This morning, we bring you a story that has deeply affected our nation. A case that speaks to both justice served and the profound pain that lingers in a mother's heart. Earlier today, the Johannesburg High Court sentenced 25-year-old Mozambican national Fete Sara Simiao 2 life sentences for the brutal rape and murder of 6-year-old Amantle Samane. This heinous crime, committed in Soweto in October 2024, has finally reached its legal conclusion. She was just 6 years old when her life was cruelly cut short. A bright, innocent child whose only crime was being in the wrong place when a predator struck. The perpetrator, Simiao, pleaded guilty to kidnapping, raping, and murdering this defenseless child, claiming in his confession that he strangled her to conceal his horrific crime. The judgment has been delivered. Justice, in its legal form, has been served. But as we witnessed in that emotional courtroom footage, no sentence can ever restore what was taken from this family. The anguish in the mother's voice, the raw pain that echoes through that courtroom, it reminds us that some wounds never truly heal.
Example, right? Bathong ba bontate ba leng hore ba etsa ntho tse so maybe ba ka stopa ho etsa ntho tse so mo baneng.
And me o go bua le ka utlwile judge a re Piti is a dangerous person to society. You heard him also speak about the fact that Piti had to testify, questions that needed to be asked. How long was she there for? What happened? And his thought process of murdering her after the offense. What was your reaction to that?
Yeah, you're not in the question mark because why I ain't push it with him because I want motunje o feletseng o tla etsa ntho ele I ain't instead of question mark no actually closure even though I thought bam feel a life sentence say too but actually closure sharp because ke ne ke batla about why I ain't ntho ele una feel jwang hana I etsa
and wa agree am hlomong le judge hore Pete Simiao ke motho dangerous setjhabeng
yena wa mmona nje hore ke ke motho kotsi because I want motho le hore a yo go ka etsa ntho tse so maybe o twa etsa di etsa ntho tse so a retse because ba banga ke ba tlhagela
and me wa ka o la re how the sentence o batla e intsimolaitsa go banna ba rona mo South Africa mongatse o keng
ore molaetsa o ko re nkana ka re go lekane bana ba South Africa ba banyane ba felletse fatshe matsong a batho ba bontate bana ba tsatse be next I think sentencing motho ha nagana ho etsa ntho eo o tlo nagana ga ithu I think example
and of course last time you were here in court you were testifying on the stand on a day that would have been Amantle's birthday and today the sentence has been handed down. How would you want it to be remembered? How are you going to remember her? What are you going to miss her for as a family?
Re tlo mo gopola thata a Mantle. A Mantle o na re ntsha bodutu ko ntlong. Never auto like never go be quiet a Mantle a le teng. And motho ke mo filelang gagolo because a Mantle o na gona go itwanela. A Mantle na sa give up easily. Le go botse ba ga gona gona go itshwarela ka matsong ka re ke motho mogolo. Like me ke putse gore like o tlo gola o tlo gona go protector o swa gage. Wabo then go tsore o swa gage o sa to protect wa ke rona never sa protect wa go swa endo mo tshepile.
And how did you feel when you saw him here today? When you saw him there after the sentence, seemingly crying?
Nka se ronalla o ka se ntho after mo o botlolla yona like nka re nka mo tshwara then ke be ke tshwara because I kena matla ao.
To the Semaine family, and particularly to Amantle's mother, we extend our deepest condolences. Your loss is not yours alone. It belongs to our entire community, our nation, and indeed, our continent. The trauma of losing an innocent child in such a brutal manner leaves scars that transcend time, and your pain is felt by all who have hearts to feel. But tonight, we must also examine the broader questions this case raises. Questions about justice, about punishment, and about how we, as a society, respond to such unthinkable crimes. The sentence has been passed, 2 life terms plus additional years for kidnapping. Yet across our communities a debate rages. Is this punishment proportionate to the magnitude of the crime? Many citizens are asking difficult questions tonight. How does a person cross international borders, travel hundreds of miles, only to destroy the life of an innocent child? What drove Simiao to commit this unthinkable act? Was it ritual-related, as some have speculated, or simply the work of someone devoid of human compassion? These are questions that may never find answers. The perpetrator's failure to testify, as noted by the presiding judge, has left many mysteries unsolved. But what we do know is that a life sentence means South African taxpayers will fund this man's incarceration for decades to come. A reality that sits uncomfortably with many, especially the grieving parents who will contribute to keeping their daughter's killer alive and fed. Let us examine how other nations handle such grave crimes. In several Arab countries, including Saudi Arabia and the UAE, rape and murder, particularly of children, can carry the death penalty. Under Islamic Sharia law, such crimes are considered among the most serious offenses against society. In Saudi Arabia, those convicted of rape can face punishments ranging from severe flogging to execution, with 8 executions for rape recorded in 2019 alone. The UAE similarly maintains capital punishment for murder and other serious crimes, with execution by firing squad as the prescribed method. These justice systems operate on the principle of proportional retribution, the idea that the severity of punishment should match the gravity of the crime. In contrast, South Africa abolished the death penalty in 1995, opting instead for life imprisonment as the maximum sentence. The question many are asking today is whether our justice system's response truly reflects the enormity of what was done to little Amantle. While we respect our constitutional framework, we must also acknowledge the frustration of communities who feel that life imprisonment, with the possibility of parole after 25 years, may not serve as sufficient deterrent or provide adequate closure for victims' families. Consider the financial reality. Housing a life sentence prisoner costs the state approximately 300,000 rand annually. Over a lifetime, this represents millions of rand in public resources, money that could otherwise support education, healthcare, or community safety programs that might prevent such tragedies. As we reflect on this tragedy and the justice that has been served, we must acknowledge that Amantle's case has taught us painful but vital lessons about community responsibility and collective vigilance. We have learned the hard way that it truly takes a village to raise and protect our children. The time has come for us to be each other's keeper, to embrace the principle that when I look after your child, you look after mine. This is not just a saying, it must become our lived reality. Our children deserve to play freely in their communities, to walk to school without fear, to experience the joy of childhood without the shadow of predators lurking nearby. But achieving this requires unprecedented levels of community vigilance and parental alertness. We cannot allow complacency to endanger our children any longer. We have had enough of these tragedies. When new faces appear in our neighborhoods, we must ask questions. When something feels wrong, we must trust our instincts and report our concerns before it's too late. To every parent watching this, we must be extra cautious, vigilant, and alert. Not all who enter our communities come with pure intentions. Some harbor evil that we cannot ignore or excuse.